Good evening and welcome back to Let's Play Leviathan, the last day of the decade. When we left off last time, things are looking really bad. We're in prison. Julia, it turns out, is not Julia Blackstone, Julia Rader, Mitchell Rader's brother. She knows it's us. We talked to Matris Hughes. He outranks her, and he seems like he's willing to make a deal with us, but he wants 600 gold. I don't have 600 gold. So it's not looking very good. Let's have an eye on our surroundings here. This looks like torture implementation. This cast iron oven is full of candent stones with a steel rod among them. I hope this thing is just here to startle prisoners. No, there's blood and stuff all over. I think they use it. Part of a big machine. I don't know what it's for, but it's not scary and probably not dangerous. Alright. What's all this? An old and crappy wanted poster. It is burnished and discolored because of time, but the text is still visible. Near the fish market on Veneer Lane, an old woman. It's not Edna, is it? Dressed in a simple brown frock with a blue apron, also wore a big coif with pins, almost blind. There's no way to recognize the rest. The text is blurred. Here's an old friend, Bertram Landmasser. Nice to meet you. This is a reprinted obituary from that old newspaper. Makes no sense to read it again. That looks a lot like Lou. Oliver looks closely at the wanted poster. Wait, am I dreaming or something? Can't believe my eyes. Lou Oddo. Well, what's written down here? Rootless Quinsea is wanted for repeated cases of crimes such as fraud with money and documents, and deception of noble-born women as well. Introducing himself as the heir of a noble family, Quinsea acquainted with many aristocratic women to trick them for money and jewelry. The Bureau is looking for everyone who can help to find and expose the swindler to... Damn, that's funny. Rootless Quinsea. Quite the name. Rootless, huh? I have to tell Darina about this. Or are we taking this? An old announcement with the fake Otto portrait. Turns out the real name of Lou Oddo is Quinsea, and he's just a rascal. Yeah, let's take it. I think we'll give her a call in a minute as well. This is a thick sheet of paper with big red letters on it. Have you seen this man? Here's a portrait of notorious Liam the Slinger, the serial murderer. Seen at the south suburbs of Croystham, October 1577. This poster's so damn old. Alright, and what's this one? The White Circle Bureau is seeking for any possible eyewitnesses to Chadwick Triberg's murder that happened in September 1578. The decapitated and mutilated body of a virtuous bookseller, good husband, and loving father of 2 daughters was found. Found at the sewers near the Cistercia district. Chadwick's killer probably used a hound or a tiny demon. Yikes. The Bureau is asking fellow citizens to collaborate in order to find and punish the killer. His face looks pretty familiar. Or not. I'm not sure. Interesting. Alright, what else we got? A thick chain with a shining hook hanging from the ceiling. Oliver glances at the bench. It's kind of clever to hang those horrible hooks right above the bench, making the prisoners see the torture devices every time they wake up or fall asleep. Is that how they investigate? I wonder if Julia ever tortured someone. Alright, we'll go to the bench first. Let's call some people. Ginny, we're in jail. Oh, now she'll talk to us. Hello, bro. Bad news, Jin. It's me. Hi, my lovely sister. Your lovely sister? That sounds so surprising. I am... Jin... Oh, suddenly begins to cry. Ginny, what's wrong? Oliver, I don't know what's happening to me. I really don't know. What do you mean? My lovely sister. Say it once more. Say it again. Yeah. Once more? My lovely sister, my dear lovely sister. Oh. Stop it, bro. It was so cute, so warm and kind, and I felt so lonely. Are you having a tough time at school? Do you want me to come back to Quinsea? Well, not right now. Now's a pretty bad time. But, you know, sometime after that we should reconnect. Ginny? I'm serious. Just tell me. I'll pack my stuff and order a carriage. Do you want to visit me? Oh, silly. My silly bro. Captain, you're so clever, yet so stupid sometimes. Not to visit you, but to come back. Really? I want to return home. I want to stay in Quinsea forever. Wow. What's with our old house? Isn't it sold yet? Well, it seems like it should be. It's been 10 years. I'm sure it's not. Just abandoned. I haven't been there for years. Why don't I settle down there? Sounds like a great idea. You can also move in with me if you want. Actually, that does sound kind of awesome. Everything would be like it should be, Captain. It's strange, but I've been thinking about it for the last 2 months. The decade's almost over. I don't think it makes any sense for us. Oh, come on, Oliver. Give it a go. Yeah, I know, but I'm still afraid of dying because of the pandemic, just in case. Oh, that's what she's worried about, the decade. So, do you want me to come back to Quinsea and stay with you? Yeah. Yes, Jenny, come back. I'm glad to hear you saying this. I know things are looking bad for us now, but we're going to remain optimistic that hopefully we can get out of this, and then, yeah, it would be great to talk to Ginny. Yeah, on my way, Captain. Packing my goods. We should probably give her a heads up that we're in jail right now, but Can you hear it? Hear what? I hear nothing. Haha, do you remember those wine glasses you gave me for my birthday? Ooh, no, not those glasses. Never, you hear me. Never remind me of them. Why, what's wrong with the glasses? Ginny laughs happily. Glasses are chiming in the receiver. I will. I remember when you came running to me yelling loudly, "Hey, I've got a present." And me like, a present? Ooh, interesting. When I was in the carriage, I opened the box and saw a set of glasses. I was just shocked. What? Glasses? What the fuck is this? I've been laughing loudly during my whole travel. It was an awful present, but it was full of your sincere love. Ginny and Oliver laughed together. I was keeping those glasses, Oliver. They kept reminding me of you. I'll bring the glasses to Quinsea, and then we'll sit together and drink some wine. Aw. I prefer rum, sister. Rum? Okay, see you. Alright, we'll see if we can talk to Kale. Oliver dials Kale's number and then hangs up. I can't. Why? Because he's in a world of trouble because of us? There is the... Okay, he's going down, down. Down, down, down because of us. Like, he's gonna... It sounds like he stands to lose it all. The least we can do is at least remain his friend through all of this, since we're the reason he's losing everything. What am I supposed to tell him? Sorry? Well, that'd be a start. Just be there for him, Oliver. Kale is kind. No doubt he will forgive me, but I feel ashamed for all this. Well, tell him that. Ugh. Master Kortenix? Pretty familiar melody that sounds like an old music box. Rustling and banging is heard in the receiver. I am Master Kortenix's magic... Kortenix Stillphrase, speak. Ooh, he's actually talking to me. Yeah, we'll go for it. Holy shit. Holy crap, it is Kortenix. I can't believe this shit. Please, be polite, Oliver. I don't want you to speak in a tone like this. Okay. I'm a busy man, and I have no time for idle conversations. Any questions? Magical casket. Yeah, you know a lot about magical things. I found a casket, but it seems closed with mechanics and magic. Yeah, that little box. This thing looks like a monolith silver chest lavishly decorated with violet gems, right? Oh man, he knows exactly what we're talking about. Yes, right, Master. Have you ever... The world is full of amazing things, Oliver. I've seen a lot of them. Well, what is this? It is ancient and valuable, but the thing inside might be even more valuable than the casket itself. Oh? So you know how to open it, Master? It reacts to light. You can easily open it with a ray of red light directed onto the gems. How am I going to do that? The second way is much easier and banal. You can always find a hammer and break the casket with it. Yeah, but then we can't sell the casket. Thanks, Master. Keep your thanks for later, or probably for never. Beware of secrets, boy. Well, I'll think of it. Choice is yours, but I'm pretty sure you've already made it. Well, yeah, I'm gonna open this thing. You wanted something else? Yeah, let's talk to him about Mother. Master, do you remember my mother? I do, but this is because of my memory, not because of your mother herself. Sherry Vertrin was a good but rather typical woman. I was teaching her when her mind was replacing the knowledge with everyday rubbish. Bills, kids' education, silly books, and silly conversations. Kitchen and homekeeping, dresses and powder. Harlotry at last, the only option for women when there's no other option left. Well, that's awfully negative. She wasn't made for magic, so I insisted on transferring her to Cray's Lythroid's class after the first term. I was right, she failed in spells, but not in spelling, grammar, and easy maths. It was good enough for her. I liked your father, Oliver. He was clever, discerning, thoughtful. Maybe a bit severe, but it's all right to be severe in a world like this. The best of you and Ginny is a legacy of your father. Okay, so he was not impressed at all by Mom, which, I don't know, it's a little rough to hear, but also it's kind of nice that he's just being honest with us. He's not trying to just say nice things to make us feel better. He's saying, hey, this was my impression, so, yeah, I can appreciate that. Ginny, I remember her. I liked her even more than Roger. She's a prodigy, a big talent for magic, especially illusions. Who knows how dangerous such a talent might be, but maybe she can help me. Your sister is gifted yet obnoxious. She's older than you, but she didn't grow up. What do you mean? She masters magic only when it looks like playing with fireworks or mirror labyrinths. This is not what magic is about. It's about routine and overcoming. It's full of difficulties, and this is not what Ginny likes. She stopped right before the doorstep to greatness. I still regret that she left the eye. Such loss for magic. Well, she gets to live her life the way she wants to live it. It happened a few days before I became the rector and completely got lost in books. What does a rector always do? He reads books and sits in his office as a symbol of wisdom. Kortenix laughed silently. Maybe you want to ask something else? I do. I could use some advice. Maybe you've got some kind of advice for me? Advice? That's surprising. Really surprising. You might be the first person who asked an old man for advice. Don't forget your sister, Oliver. Don't be cruel to her. Oh, I'm not. I already told her to come live with me. Things are going good. Except for knowledge and magic, family is the only thing that's worth to be tied to. Family and friends. Speaking of friends, I feel Kale is suffering now. Try to help him as fast as you can. I would love to help Kale. And Kristian. Kristian is your family, too. In fact, he's your real family. What do you mean? What, because you raised me the past 10 years? Well, I'm out of advice, but maybe you still have any questions? No, I'm good. This was an interesting conversation. That's all for now, Master. I was happy to speak to you. Really? Soon you'll be even happier. Why's that? Master? We'll meet again sooner than you expect. So, I think he knows that we're in prison. He knows what's going on here. Is he gonna come speak in my defense or something? See you, Oliver. Well, let's call Darina. Long beeps are heard. Nope, she's not answering. Matris is staying as a contact, huh? I think Matris is busy or doesn't hear the call. Alright, and even though it's not going to do anything, beeps a long while, we hang up. Long beeps. Okay, well that's everyone called. So, I don't think we can just step out the door. This ancient steel door seems really heavy and reliable. There's no way to break it down except I have a power potion! Or intellect potion. We'll wait. What have we got here? Oliver sits wearily on the bench. I need to get some sleep. There's nothing to do here anyway. Oh, no! Mess with the door! Oliver lies down on the rigid bench and soon falls asleep. What is this? What a strange dream. The lock unlatches. Hey! Oh, you again. Good morning, Vertrin. Good morning, Matris. You're free for now, so get up and get out. I'm suspicious of this. How envious I am of you. I never had such a thoughtful father. Kristian, eh? And so generous. Oh, he paid my way out, huh? I'm not going to guide you. Go out to the corridor, pass through the narrow red door on the left, and then you'll come out to the backyard. Go up the street, and soon you'll be back at the cafe where Julia detained you and your friend Kale. Speaking of Kale, what's happening with him? Wait. Oliver, there's something you should know about Julia. Her confidence is even bigger than her tits. What a way to speak of your subordinate. Good grief. She will never back down. We'll put you on the stand anyway. Well, I know, it's her freaking brother that we killed. Just keep it in mind. Thank you for the warning. Not at all. This is for free. Once again, red door to the left, then you're in the backyard of the bureau. Then go up the street. Matris leaves. Alrighty. Well, Kristian probably bribed Matris to let me out. Yeah, I don't doubt it. Finally, I'm free. What did he tell me? Red doorway that leads to the bureau backyard and then up to the street? Something like that. Oliver leaves the chamber. But if we have the option to go a different way, we're totally gonna. I walked out of the bureau and wandered through the dirty alleys for what seems like forever. I've been thinking about how far I've gotten and how everything turned out so strange. There was something I couldn't help but think about. It was a mistake to get anyone else involved in my investigation. Well, kind of. I mean, it turned out terribly for Kale. Everything went out of control when others found out the secret that was kept between Kale and I. When what happened to Kale, I feel bad for him and want to right everything I've wronged. But how? Seems like I have no answer. As I wandered alone, I found myself in front of a familiar cafe. Oliver, you came back. I can't believe it. She's been really upset. Look at her, mascara's running everywhere. Give me a hug. Oh, yeah. Darina hugs Oliver tightly. I was afraid I'd never see you again. Oh, she was really worried. I followed Julia, I saw where she took you, then I came back here to wait for... I don't know what for. Damn, my head hurts so much. Are you drunk, Darina? Yes, I am. So what? I was worried. It was the only thing I thought to do. If they arrested me like this, I would probably go nuts and die. Come with me. I should have one more drink. You probably shouldn't, but... Are you sure you should? I'm scared and depressed. You want me to cry my eyes out right here? I bet you don't. Things are rough for her. Like, we heard that rumor that possibly maybe she's going to be married off to some weird guy. We know her family's not doing well. Like, this is a tough time for her. Let's go. Oh, it's all empty. Cabinet full of drinks is covered with a translucent curtain. This small balcony is unoccupied now. The musician who played here recently is already gone. Just a few empty bottles remain under the table. The fire in the oven starts to fade. The trunk's gone. I'm not really worried about the machine. An ancient building on the fish market covered with crumbly white limestone is barely seen through the twilight. Years ago, when I was young and grandfather was still alive, we came there often to buy some oysters and crayfishes. This sharp, salty smell, southerners in red clothes scurrying around the huge vats full of floundering, dying fish. I remember everything so clearly. Oh, so much time has passed by. Well, let's go talk to Darina. Oh. I haven't felt this depressed since Emily's death 2 years ago. Do you remember? Oh, Emily. Yes, because of the decade. Who knew? All those people in cloaks around the grave, they surrounded the coffin and wouldn't let anyone near it, and those crowds. I remember. Such a travesty. Yes, I just wanted to see her one last time, but they wouldn't let me. They pushed me away and back toward the gathering of people. I lost my flowers. You know, there was something I never talked about. The crowd parted for just a moment, and I suddenly saw the body. Emily's head was terribly swollen. It was withered with pale yellow skin and a bloated, veiny neck. So strange and scary. I then realized I don't want to look at her anymore. My sorrow turned into horror and disgust. Well, I mean, at that point, it's not really Emily anymore. It's just a husk. I was so ashamed. Oh. What had I expected to see? Well, you were probably looking for some kind of closure, some kind of way to say goodbye to her. Seems like I'm getting sober. Another drink should fix that. Looks like I'm all out of money. Could you buy me another? Darina. Oliver, I need it. Can't you understand? I can. Look. Drinking away your sorrows isn't a decent plan, but she doesn't sound like she normally has a problem with alcohol, and she's had an incredibly crappy time lately, so yeah, we got plenty of money. Let's get her a drink. Okay, I'll buy you a drink. Oliver comes back with the glass. Thank you. Maybe it will loosen me up a bit. It just makes no sense. Soon I'll leave all this shit behind. Everything will be over when I leave Kroistam. Yep, you're gonna be married off, aren't you? Leave Kroistam? You didn't tell me. I just decided. I was planning to tell you before I left. Oh, you're just gonna go all on your own. Where to? It's a secret. Don't worry, I'll write you a letter when I get there. What a crappy day. I just want to get hammered. Well... So Oliver said before that he didn't want to talk to her about this marriage thing. That's right, it's her sister. But now we have the option to ask, and I don't know if it will be like a mean asking, like make her feel even worse, or maybe if we just talk about things, we can help her feel better. Let's start with Albus. Your uncle's death has upset you more than I thought. The more I think about it, the more appalling it is, Oliver. Uncle Elvis, my family used him so they could cover up what Father was doing. It seemed like a huge honor, but it was really just another cold and cunning move on their part. Father always knew that Elvis was power-hungry, so he exploited that weakness. And when my uncle joined the council, Father took control over the family business. He took my uncle's brothels and markets. Everything he'd been building for years, my father seized in a matter of days. Uncle Elvis wasn't aware of what was happening behind his back. My father always considered him a weakling, but the truth is, he's weaker than Uncle ever was. He also fired Tara. Father says we don't have that kind of money to hire a bodyguard for each family member. Oh, well, maybe we can... That's a terrible thing to do. I'm all excited. Maybe I can talk to Tara now. Now is not the time to think about that. We gotta be here for our friend. Can't believe I called him a kind man. I was silly and selfish. All those presents he gave were just a means to hide what kind of person he really was. All those things he does, some of them are enough for me to never see him the same way again. I've just realized this. You know, all those thoughts about right and wrong, I didn't care because I had money. And now, when I have no money, my conscience awakens. Ha! Is that why all paupers are so proud? So what should I do now? I'm scared to die in poverty. That's the worst way to go. Well, not necessarily. There's more to life than just money, Darina. Marry a rich man. What a terrible thing to tell her. Marry someone you care about. Speak with your father. Now, see, I'm of two minds about this. We only have her side of the story. We don't have his. And I don't like the idea of tossing family away. I don't take that lightly, because family is important. But sometimes you do reach a point where if the relationship is just hurting you and they really are a terrible person, then maybe it is best to just cut them out. And I don't want to encourage her to make amends with him if she honestly doesn't want to, you know? Refuse the money. Go ahead. If it's money you lack, why don't you just separate yourself from your family and be free of any obligation to them? What? What are you talking about, Oliver? Make a go of it on your own. I'm talking about landless aristocrats, Darina. Do you remember Gale Wormwood? He sold everything he had and left Kroistam to become one of the greatest scientists. He never cared about fame or money and turned into the mumper outcast living at the academy. Have you seen his grave? He was buried under a stone like a homeless beggar. Okay, she's not like this idea. You think that's a life worth living? I think pretty much all lives are worth living, Darina. And what do you think is worth living for? A lavish gravestone for when you're dead? Yeah, if he wanted to be a scientist and he did it and he followed his dream, then who cares if he's buried under a rock? It's not about gravestones, Oliver. It's about dignity. You'll never understand. No, I understand. I'm just saying, it's not just... Dignity isn't just tied into appearances and having money. There's a lot of things that comprise dignity. Darina pauses. Sorry, I'm talking too much. I just had to get all this out of my system. So what's happened to you recently? Well, I was arrested. Those inquirers. They think they have the right to throw purebloods behind bars? I mean, well, they kind of do. I actually am a murderer, but, well, I mean, they have, but it still seems kind of unfair. It's nice that you're indignant on my behalf, Darina. It is, but, yeah, they were pretty justified. Why did Julia arrest you? Are you connected to Mitchell's death somehow? Alright, Darina. Cards on the table. Everything's already fallen apart anyhow, so I'll be honest with you. You're my friend. We're bearing our hearts to each other. Killed him. Listen, Darina. No, please forget I asked. I really have no idea what you've done, and I'm not sure if I want to know either. But seriously, it was an accident. It really was an accident. Darina fixedly stares at Oliver's eyes. Murder is a serious accusation, and Julia probably has some significant evidence. Yet you're still free. There was another inquirer there. He extorted 500 coins for my freedom. Ah, the golden key. I know. Father told me about the bribes in the bureau, but I never knew how it worked. He told me every crime has its price, so does freedom. This does not mean you're completely free. You still have to win a trial. Though, who cares if you can just pay your judge? Yeah, that's an awfully depressing thought, actually, that justice isn't served. It's just about who can afford to buy their way. So what about this inquirer? Have you paid him? I didn't have enough money for it. I'd bided my time at the bureau until they released me this evening. I don't know why. I think we can assume probably that Kristian paid him. Cale's still in prison. I'm supposed to be there, not him. Well, if the prison system is this corrupt that people can buy their way out anyhow, maybe we should see what it'll take to bribe him to let Cale go too. On the other hand, I need to remain free to get him out of there. Everything could turn out much worse if both of us were jailed. It doesn't matter what he's being accused of. I'll get him out of there no matter what. Good. You swear? Yes, but I need to stay free to do this. Sir, are you Oliver Vertran? Oh my gosh, yes, please don't arrest me. Yes, I am. Did they send you to put me behind bars again? Sir, no sir. Sorry, I didn't mean to alarm you. Carriage is waiting for you outside. Mr. Orvood? Yeah, Kristian is gonna want to have a big talk with me, I think. Yes, Orvood. Mr. Orvood said he grows tired of waiting for you to return home. He came here personally. Your guardian follows your footsteps. I'll see you tomorrow. Tomorrow's Sunday, Darina. The academy's closed. I'm leaving Kroistheim on Monday, and we'll probably never see each other again. Well, you can come back and visit sometimes. We can see each other tomorrow. Okay, tomorrow then. Go, your guardian's waiting. See you tomorrow. See ya. Don't forget to call me. I didn't think that I'd be able to really say much more to her here, but I wanted to click just to check. Alright, well, guess we gotta go talk to this fella. I doubt that my guardian will pay for Cale to get him to be released on bail. Well, we've got some money, and we should at least find out how much it'll be. He never seemed to like him. Kristian was always sure that Cale and his family had a bad influence on me. Cale also told me about Kristian coming to his house once, asking him to not disturb me anymore. Oh. Eventually he settled down about it. Oliver goes upstairs and walks out to the street. Hi, Kristian. Oh, is he going to say something to me about that dog collar I found too? So, the dog collar, when the picture of Bertram Landmaster, he's hanging by a collar. And this just makes me wonder, the story Kristian told us about hanging his dog. Like, did he really strangle not hanging his dog, strangling it. Did he really strangle his dog? Or is this I don't know. And the point of the story was about how the dog, he loved the dog. He loved it. but it behaved in a way that disgraced him, so he killed it. Now, he does seem to love Oliver, but if we behave in a way that disgraces him, is he going to strangle us? With a dog collar? I'm thinking probably. Alright, what do we got? Kristian silently taps the floor with his cane. Well, let's just have it out. I'm almost tempted to play the waiting game with him and see who can be silent the longest, but no, let's just do it. Hello, Kristian. I'm glad to see you. A barely visible smile touches Kristian's lips. Is that true? When you speak to me like this, I understand that everything wasn't in vain. I feel so sorry for... Oliver? Oliver, my boy, I need no excuses. How can I refuse to help the only person I really love? I'll do anything for you, my boy. Okay. It's been a long time since Mother was murdered. The more the years pass, the more I think about the words Kristian told me. I know what my investigation is about. Revenge, justice. But does it really mean as much to me as it once did? Do I want Kristian to be put on trial and punished by the law? I don't know. At least I want to believe I don't. I think we can withhold judgment at this point, Oliver. I think we still should try to get to the bottom of everything to fully understand just what happened and all the motives involved. And then we can decide. When they took me to the bureau, Julia apprehended the clues I had. Oh, bummer. I never made an account of it until now, but now I feel uneasy about this. Oh, yeah, he's got any evidence we had. I could have stopped my investigation before. Could have thrown the ring into the queue anytime. If only I had my clues with me. But now Julia has my belongings. No doubt she'll take the opportunity to prove Kristian's guilt. Oh, see, here I was thinking that maybe Kristian orchestrated it so that all of the clues are gone and we can't pursue him anymore. But no, it's out of our hands now. It's all on Julia. And she seems pretty tenacious. Wake up, boy. Are you all right? Looks anxiously at Oliver's face. Yes. Seems like you're not. I can't stop thinking about Cale. He's in prison because of me. You want me to help him? Kristian, I do, but I didn't think you would. Your inquirer is quite the leech. He demanded 1,200 coins for your freedom. Oh! What an extorter. Can't even imagine how much it will take to free Cale. I will help him if you ask me. This feels like a trick. Thank you. I don't know how to express my gratitude. My boy, gratitude is but a feeling. As long as you feel it on the inside, then that's fine. If you had felt nothing, there would have been no need to express it. I need no gratitude, however. All I need is to see you here, to see you alive and well. Kristian lies back against the seat and looks at Oliver with a friendly smile. How did you know would be good, but it's kind of not interesting because it could be something as simple as, well, he doesn't have a phone, but, you know, rumor got round or whatever. They found a way to alert him. Tell me another story, but not as horrible as the one about the dog, please. Tell me a story, Kristian. Story? I have one for you. I don't suppose it's entertaining. It's more enlightening. Have I ever told you about Loaf? No. What loaf, Kristian? So, I never told you. Surprising. Our family patriarch, Lou Oddo. Oh, my boy, it's a name thousands of people all around Leviathan whisper in fear. He's treated as living legend in the distant regions, but here he's just a cruel, undying man ruling the living. Huh? Like the Plague King? Yes, like him. Lou Oddo is also known as the father of our family, an ancient, cruel man. Darina-less and scary, like the decade. You said an ancient man. Yes, I don't know how old he is, and no one else does either, for that matter. Can't imagine a family meeting without him. His insane and cruel words are the law for every Orvood. He mesmerizes all of us with fear. How many of you are there? 'Cause you're the only one in Christem, right? Would not be lying if I said most of us wish him dead. Oh, like the Plague King. Someone everyone wants to have dead, but they just don't know how to do it. So instead they live in fear of him. And no one has tried to make that happen? Oh, I'm sure they have, Oliver. Remember one. His name was Marion Orvood. He gave Loaf a cup of wine during the feast. I don't know how the old man knew that the wine was poisoned. He told Marion to drink it. We all watched him drink, his eyes full of hatred as he stared at Loaf. No one stood up for him. No one said a word. They believe Loaf is untouchable. They also say he knows a kind of ancient magic, something like a gift. I don't know for sure, and I don't believe in it. Loaf Orvood is a damn pagan. That's all I know. However, this is all common knowledge. So the rumors about bloody Orvood rituals are true? The world listens and the world speaks. Yes, Oliver. Yes, it's true. Loaf is guilty without a doubt. Is Loaf the source of the shadows that haunt your family? When I was 19, Father brought me to the family assembly. He introduced me to the patriarch, and Loaf extended me his hand, but it wasn't for shaking. Bite it, he said to me. Ooh, well, this is all about blood stuff, huh? Father didn't warn me about this, so I was confused. Loaf struck me on the head angrily. Bite, he shouted, bite my hand, and everyone there was shouting, bite. It was a horrible noise. Bite, bite. I bit his hand, as strong as I could. My mouth was full of blood. Drink it, he told me, so I drank, looking into his eyes while sitting on the floor. It seemed like his damn blood splashed and flowed throughout my whole body, inside my head and even inside my mind, covering my thoughts with crimson red. And is that where the crazy rage within you comes from now? What felt like an eternity had passed when he stopped me. I felt like I was drunk. I looked at all the people around and saw signs of disgust and fear on their faces. I still remember their faces smeared with blood and pieces of raw meat on their plates. Yes, Loaf feeds us raw meat at every assembly, but you probably already knew about that. Seems like Kristian described me a kind of initiating ritual, something that only Orvoods should know about. So why is he telling me? Is he getting ready to kill me? Or is he gonna try, because he doesn't have a son of his own, is he gonna try to bring me to Loaf and pass me off as his son? Is this what's happening? Does he want to have a kid so badly because he's required by his family to continue this ritual to pass it on? And since he doesn't have children of his own, he's gotta come up with a son from somewhere else? And do they die when they attempt the ritual? Does it fail because they're not Orvoods? This is one of those bloody rites I read about in the book I found at the archive. I remember how it said verbatim, "There are words that always cultivate knowledge that are available to only a few, even if they are not kept secret. The story you will read are such words. Keep them to yourself." This topic seems to be strictly forbidden, so Kristian even avoids mentioning the shadows. But I know what this savage rite is for. Oliver turns to the window. Oh! He shakes Oliver's shoulder. We must have fallen asleep. My boy, seems you've been rocked to sleep. Huh? Or it's probably because lulled to sleep by stories. You should keep your daily regime intact. You really should. Regimen. Get up, sleepyhead. We're home. Oh, well. Oh, hey, Edna. Alright, much as I do want to talk to you, it is getting extremely late and I need to go to sleep. So I'm going to go ahead and wind the episode down here. Please like and subscribe if you've enjoyed this. Come back next time. We'll chat up Edna. See, look, because she's got those things in her hair, like that lady in the picture. I think maybe that old woman is Edna. Very interesting. Alright. So next time, I think we'll talk to Edna. We'll investigate everything here again just to see if there's anything new. We gotta find a way to free Kale, but I still don't know what Kristian's deal is. I don't know. Is he plotting to kill us? Is he hoping that we manage to survive? We'll have to see.